Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Saya benar-benar yakin bahwa masa depan Indonesia itu bertumpu pada Universitas Terbuka ini. Tidak mungkin ada revolusi pendidikan tanpa teknologi, dan sekarang universitas yang sudah full online, full teknologi ya Universitas Terbuka. Ya semoga Universitas Terbuka ini semakin berkembang, amin, semakin baik ke depannya, karena benar-benar untuk bisa meningkatkan skill dari seluruh lulusan SMA di Indonesia yang banyak sekali, itu ya paling mudah dan paling scalable itu ya melalui online. Sesuatu yang tidak mungkin bisa terjadi tanpa adanya teknologi. Dan Universitas Terbuka itu adalah a key player in this, di higher education.
Tapi tentu kualitasnya nggak mungkin bisa direview. Ayo gabung sama aku yuk. Dah.
yaitu dengan diresmikannya Universitas Terbuka.
Berdiri pada 4 September 1984, UT langsung berlari untuk menciptakan inovasi dan terobosan baru dalam bidang pendidikan tinggi terbuka dan jarak jauh di tanah air. Lahirnya UT membuktikan komitmen pemerintah untuk memeratakan akses pendidikan tinggi yang berkualitas tanpa batas. Hampir 2 juta alumni UT tersebar di tanah air dan mancanegara dengan beragam profesi dan keahlian. Hal itu menunjukkan UT telah berhasil melaksanakan mandat pemerintah. Kemajuan teknologi, perubahan kebutuhan masyarakat, tuntutan pemerintah menjadikan UT sebagai institusi pendidikan yang matang, kuat, dan visioner.
Dengan status baru sebagai perguruan tinggi negeri Badan Hukum atau PTNBH, UT tetap pada jati dirinya, yaitu menyediakan akses pendidikan tinggi yang terjangkau biayanya, terjamin kualitasnya, dan tersebar layanannya.
Station for All, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat berjumpa kembali dalam program seputar Universitas Terbuka. Senang sekali pada kesempatan kali ini saya Fatimah Eva menjumpai Anda, dan seperti biasa acara ini streaming melalui 3 kanal, yaitu melalui UT TV, melalui live Instagram @radio.ut, dan juga tentunya melalui radio. But this occasion is not very regular because we have a guest star not from Indonesia but from Allama Iqbal Open University, karena memang sedang ada kegiatan AAOU Staff Exchange Fellowship. Jadi kita akan ngobrol bersama beliau. Tapi tidak hanya dari Allama Iqbal Open University saja, tapi sudah hadir di studio juga Center for Open and Distant Education Research and Innovation di Universitas Terbuka, yaitu Bapak Diki PhD. So please welcome Dr. Muhammad Ajmal, the Chairman of Department of Distant and Non-Formal Education in Allama Iqbal Open University. Thank you for coming. Thank you juga Pak Diki sudah hadir. How are you today?
Sama-sama. Apa kabar, Evi? Thank you very much. Terima kasih. And I'm very fine. And I'm thankful to AAOU. Association of Open Universities and University of Terbuka, who gave me this opportunity to conduct a research here, to meet a friend like Dicky, to meet a friend like Fauzi, one of my friend Yasser Riyadi. He was a director in Jambi. He came to meet me here. And Irsanti and many others. I also met the rector and the deans and the Lina from Associate Dean, Faculty of Education, and this was really a wonderful experience for me. I'm really thankful to you, Effie, for giving me opportunity to speak on this public radio.
Oh, okay. So you have already friends in here, yeah?
Yeah.
How long have you been here actually, Dr. Ajmal?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 15 days. I came last week on, I think, 21 of the August. I will live here till 5th of September.
Oh,
so
okay.
This is a 15 days long trip here in University of Terbuka to see the system of education for all and all the things in University of Terbuka. I'm really enjoying. I already spent 1 week and now I have another 1 week. So this week is very important. And Deki will arrange many more things for me. Yeah, really thankful to you, dear Deki.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jadi Pak Diki menemani selama Dr. Ajmal di sini begitu ya?
Seperti itu. Kira.
Untuk berkegiatan di 1 minggu ke belakang dan juga 1 minggu ke depan.
Betul,
wow, terima kasih banyak
Sama-sama.
Pak Diki, and I hope really you enjoy your very moment in here, Dr. Ajmal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
So we are going to have a conversation about role of open and distant learning in modern era, dan juga nanti akan ada tambahan pendapat atau pandangan mungkin dari Pak Diki juga. So I want to ask you about Dr. Ajmal. What is open distant learning system and how is it getting revolutions in modern era?
Okay. Thanks, Ifa. This is the basic question on which all the open universities in the world are working. Open distance learning. 3 words. So, open means open to all, open to all ages, open to all religions, open to the environment, and there is a much more flexibility and in this system, and there is a open for all the genders, and distance means when education is given from any certain distance. For example, a teacher is sitting in the University of Terbuka here in the main campus, and he is teaching online and through distance, and the students sitting in the Jambi or sitting in the Bali or sitting in anywhere of the area can learn with equal opportunities. So this is a pattern of open distance learning system, and the history of open distance learning is a very much we know that I will mention here a name of a person, Charles Vladimir. Charles Vladimir he is also named as a father of distance education.
Okay.
He was a naval officer, and he worked as a professor in Wisconsin University, USA. He wrote a book in 1960s about the name of the book was Learning at the Back Door. Learning at the back door means some people, the population in the world, at that time in USA as well, that people don't have the opportunity to learn at their real time.
Okay.
They spend their life and their age is over and they can't get the formal education system, education. So he said that they are the backdoor learner. And he arranged a system of distance education and non-formal education for those. At that time, he wrote in his book that America, USA cannot progress unless they open the door for non-formal education. So non-formal education is basically a background and the foundation for the modern distance education. So on his work, first open university in the world was developed, that is UK Open University.
Yeah.
UK Open University was developed in Milton in UK, United Kingdom. After that, many other universities were developed. Allama Iqbal Open University is the second university. We may ask him the sister university of the UK Open University, and we established the same infrastructure and the same system of distance education. Now the system of distance education have many generations. When it was first started, it was started just a correspondence lesson, and then it was upgraded with the time. We added radio, we added television, and now this is the era that the computer is very much famous. Online education is there, so there is a cyber, there are the satellites, we have the many technological innovations nowadays. So by time to time the ODL system is advancing, and as it was an unfortunate that we in the world got COVID-19, but for the distance education it was just like a fortunate thing that many universities closed this time, but no open university was closed. I think so. Your university was also remained open during COVID-19.
Yes.
So this was a blessing of technology and modern technology. You used online learning, you used LMS system, you used such a virtual relations, and on that all the global scenario has been changed.
Yes.
So the open distance learning in this new era has a tremendous openings to use the educational technology. Yes, this is Ifa from my side.
Okay, so time by time, the advanced system is developed and also applied in the Open University everywhere, not only in UK at first time, but also everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's everywhere. At that time, I think in India, we have no open university. First open university in India was established after AIOU, and now they have more than 20 open universities. And in many part of the world, last year I visited China and Shanghai Open University. They have such system. So in Malaysia, you have open universities. Asia E University is there, and here you have the University of Terbuka. Have you any other university like this, online education or non-formal and distance education, except University of Terbuka?
There are few universities, but we are the pioneer or the first.
The pioneer. Okay. University of Terbuka is the pioneer in the field of open distance learning in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, UTS the leading one.
The leading one. And
Yes.
what is your enrollment?
In
Enrollment.
1984.
1984.
84.
Okay. But we have because we have very far-flung areas, and we have at Allama Iqbal Open University about 1.3 million.
Oh, the enrollment. I mean,
enrollment.
we have now more than 400,000 students.
Yeah,
400,000.
yeah.
It is increasing.
We start from certificate courses, from the post-secondary and up to the PhD level.
Yeah.
Every course and every student, and we cover the whole country. Even we have the overseas students as well, and so the university is well recognized in our country, Allama Iqbal Open University. And I think so the University of Terbuka is on the same line and is working for the open distance learning with new technologies. I have visited some of your departments. Even I visited your library that is totally online, and faculty of education mostly program, virtual classroom. My supervisor, I met this morning, Mr. Dodi, and Mr. Dodi told us that he is working on the virtual classroom. So virtual classroom is a new innovations for ODL system. So the ODL system, which started from the correspondence packages and radio and television, now it has been transformed into a virtual setting, and everything is coming in it. And ultimately, in a few years, you will see so much innovations that some experiment has also been done on the robotic learning.
Yes.
So we will move toward that one. So this is a legacy, and this is the history of the open distance learning. And this learning system provide more flexibility, more innovation, more independency, and more individuality. It gave a more collaborative setup, and I think so when the world has become a global village, so we are all interconnected with the help of technology. There is no life without technology.
Yes.
Technology is must for all of us in every field. Even it is a health, it is agriculture, it is a commerce, it is a banking, it is a business, it is education. So everything is e-business, e-agriculture, e-education, e-commerce. E means so electronically and digitalized, and so this is all from me about the history of open distance learning and use of educational technology for this modern era.
Okay, so as you mentioned earlier about the technologies, we have come already to a modern one. Actually, we have VR, we have AR, we have AI, and something like this. So, in your point of view, what do you think about modern technologies that are coming to be used by students and teachers in the open distance learning?
Okay, technology is every thing, every apparatus, every gadgets, every techniques a teacher use for the teaching learning process is called technology, educational technology. So in early year, the teacher used to use in the classroom the boards, the flip charts, the low cost, no cost material, and overhead projector, opaque projector. Sometimes we were using the opaque projector. Now with the help of we are going to use the interactive radio, now the CCTV, closed circuit television. A teacher is sitting in his classroom, and the medical student or engineering universities are sitting in another setting, so he can collaborate on that CCTV. So Now the modern technologies may include the artificial intelligence.
Yes, of
The
course.
most important, artificial intelligence. Everything is going nowadays. Our students are more clever than us. They are using the chat GPT.
Yeah.
Whenever we ask anything, and they just open the chat GPT and have answer of that one. So
That's very common out here also.
nothing on the part of teacher now. Now everything is online available. If I ask any place, my guide open the map and just tell me how many surroundings places are here. So we can move with IT. We are with the help of Google is our guide nowadays. We do the purchasing and we do the shopping with the Google Maps. So why not we should use all these things in education?
Yeah.
So education is a real the place where we can use the technology. So I took example of artificial intelligence. So with the help of artificial intelligence, we can do simulations. We can do that. We can make the if a student having a difference, individual differences, they can use the lectures and the lessons of their own choice. They can have a lecture of their own, teachers of their own interest. So then comes the machine learning. Machine learning is very useful for you as well. As I saw in your library and many other places, your all system is in Bahasa language. And the coming people, foreigner coming here, feel difficulty for using your gadgets and your systems. So I think so. If a machine learning is there, you can translate it into any language which you need, whether you translate it into English, to Arabic, to Urdu, to Chinese, because you have all these population here. But why you are only focused on Bahasa language? So this can be used by the machine learning. So there is another thing. You can use learning management system. You can make a learning management system, and for your students, you can make their lobbies and they can walk. And accelerated learning is also there. You can cover up your students with the help of accelerated learning, learning in a very shorter time with the help of technology. And use of information technology. It is also called education technology. It is also called communication technology. So no issue of language. So this technology has broken the barriers of language and the barrier of our global identities. So we can have together, collaborate together, and technology can help us in teaching learning process. On the one hand, it helps to the students for learning.
Okay.
And the other hand, it also facilitates to the teachers.
Yes.
The effort of the teacher has become less. So most of the things the student can get by Googles. So the teacher have to just gather the things, to just assemble the things, to just make them sequence and provide the students. The role of teacher has now become just only a guide, a counselor, a moderator, a counselor, and like as a helper. So he has to guide the student just where he or she has to go. So teacher technology is helping. Now this is a very important that teacher, as we are all our elder, and we should learn IT, we should get more education about this one, so that we can educate our young generations. So this IT training is very much important for the teachers.
Of course.
And this has also helped the policymakers as well, because if policymakers don't know about these innovations, how they can manage to plan and execute the things. So IT, these new technologies like artificial intelligence, that like machine learning, that robotic technologies now is coming in. So that experience has been done, that a robot will come and they will teach. They will never not tire. They will not tire as well. Every time whatsoever they will teach in the classrooms, just like a physical teacher.
Yes.
So we must be prepared for that time. So technology is very much fruitful, very much helping, very much innovative, and a real discovery in this era for education. Without technology, education is nothing. So technology is very important, and educational technology, we can do wonders with the technology. And the person who don't even use technology, you may say they are illiterate. So now the literacy is also defined as a digital literacy. The person who is well versed with the gadgets, the well versed with the system, the well versed with the scanning, and with the well versed with the artificial intelligence, and with the well versed with the blockchaining is a very I think so, a successful person. Now this is the era of blockchain. And what is a blockchain? Blockchain is just like, you have heard the name of cryptocurrency, and you have also Bitcoin. People do also do business on the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that concept of that information technology should be included in education. So everything should be connected in that one. Your academia, your policymakers, your account, your finance, your planning, your extracurricular activities, your assessment, examination, your degree award, your admission, the process right from admission up to the assessment of the examination and the provision of the degree, and we're connected with all the system of your university. When it is automatic, it is computer based, and less human interference in it, so it will create an environment of blockchaining. So blockchaining is a new technology in the field of education, and I think so. I am doing also a study on the using the feasibility of using blockchain technology in open distance learning. I have gathered the data. I have observed some things. I met with the people. I shared the ideas with them, and I am getting a lot of things in it. So we will assemble and make a complete framework of and a model how to use the blockchain technology in the system of education, just like at our own university, Allama Iqbal Open University, and at University of Terbuka.
Well, Dr.
Yes.
Ajmal, I heard that you are an expert on blockchain. We are talking about that next one, but I see that the education system is like somehow like the backbone, and the technology itself is like the nerve that makes everything can process. Is that what do you think, Dr. Diki, or do you have something to say?
I agree with the idea about that, about the technology, and then it is also related to the definition of open and distance learning. Open, yeah, as Dr. Ajmal said before in the beginning, that open and distance open and distance learning mean open for all ages, regardless of gender, age, and whatever. But I also include openness means also open from barrier.
Yeah.
In our case, in our country, one of the barrier is geographic barrier.
Yes.
We live in many islands,
Many islands.
small islands.
Okay.
Several months ago, I went to Solor Island in East Nusa Tenggara Province, small island, when people are mostly fishermen, and we cannot build one university for each island, for example. So one of the most efficient way is open university system that can include people in small remote island like that, also in other islands in Indonesia and other places where geographic barrier is the main barrier for education. To overcome this barrier, we need technology.
Yes.
Yeah. So we know that infrastructure is not always the best in every part of the world. I mean, including Indonesia, including also in Pakistan. Although Pakistan is not island, it is a land mass, and some small island also. But we need technology and infrastructure, and with the technology we can.
Sometimes a question arises that whether we should wait that every person should have all the resources and facilities to learn online. And other is we should start the online courses and we should convert it to this side. So this question arises in our mind many times, but we can't wait that every person should have all those facilities. We should start our courses. The persons who are willing, they will get opportunity and they will create their resources, and ultimately they will come to join the courses. So this is the time that we should introduce all our courses technologically based and online courses and on open distance learning system, and the people will join us. And the matter of quality is also can be catered very well here, because you have a different island, and you can't I think so manage the people of highest intellectual highest expertise everywhere. So you can take the services of those teacher online from everywhere, and you can also provide this opportunity to the students to learn best out of the best. So this is, I think so, is a salient features and a good advantage of open distance learning.
Okay, so thank you for the answer. Dan pemirsa, kita akan lanjut lagi di segmen berikutnya. Kita masih akan kembali menemani Anda, so stay tune terus di UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Anda sedang mendengarkan UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
At Universitas Terbuka, tradition and innovation go hand in hand. As the first distance education institution in Indonesia, Universitas Terbuka was established to provide access to higher education for all Indonesians living across the country. Financial and geographical issues, as well as infrastructure challenges, were among the background to establish a massive open education system. Development of higher quality and more efficient infrastructure has significantly driven Universitas Terbuka to move forward. The development of user-friendly technology and the spread of mobile technology in rural areas have made a dramatic impact on the features of services and the characteristics of students. Having been promoted as the Cyber University of Indonesia, Universitas Terbuka has entered the new era of Industrial Revolution 4.0 by increasing the quality of learning services, infrastructures, and human resources. In doing so, Universitas Terbuka fosters and maintains effective strategic partnerships with domestic and foreign institutions. As a pioneer of distance learning in Indonesia, Universitas Terbuka was appointed to lead the establishment of the Indonesia Institute of Cyber Education, or ICE Institute. This institution is a regulatory agency to set standards in the distance learning. Recent improvements were carried out to provide meaningful learning services and opportunities, which include year-round registration system, pre-seasonal programs, learning clinic, modern curriculum design, enriched learning materials, interactive digital learning materials, guided e-learning that includes online tutorials, web-based tutorials, e-lecturing and e-seminar, online examination and online proctoring.
Station for all, listeners, terima kasih Anda masih bersama kami dalam program seputar Universitas Terbuka yang tengah membahas tentang role of open and distance learning in modern era. Also with Dr. Muhammad Ajmal, Chairman of Department of Distance and Non-Formal Education in Allama Iqbal Open University, and also with Mr. Diki PhD, Center for Open and Distance Education Research and Innovation at Universitas Terbuka. So I'm going to ask you, Dr. Ajmal, about what happened in Pakistan, about the digital literacy, how this kind of digital literacy can help to educate people in Pakistan.
Okay. Thank you very much. A very good question, Effie. And I think so. Literacy is the main issue of all the developing countries. If we distinguish and differentiate between the developed and developing countries, this indicator is very much important. What is the literacy rate in it? The developed countries have 100% literacy rate.
Yeah.
And in developing countries, we are in Pakistan are still in process of achieving a good literacy rate. In Sustainable Development Goal 4, that relate with the education, it means we have to increase our literacy rate up to 100% up to 2030. So it's not possible. It seems not possible because in Millennium Development Goal we couldn't achieve the goal of literacy, and now in SDG is again we speculated that we will get the literacy rate, good literacy rate up to 100%, but it is I think so it seems not possible. This time literacy rate is around 60%. Our 40% population is still illiterate.
Okay.
And illiterate means we make this definition of literacy that a person who can read, who can write, and who can do some calculations, arithmetics. Three things. The literacy based on three things. Read in any language, any word. This is the definition basically given by the UNESCO.
Yeah.
Reading and writing something with any language, and arithmetics can do numeracy, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, like this. So he can manage his task and activities in his work environment. So it was assumed to be literate person. But when we're talking about this modern technological era, this is insufficient. I don't think so. A person who can have a good knowledge of literature and is a good speaker, but he can't use the mobile apparatus. He can't use the reading material available digitally. So he is not well versed with this technological world. So literacy means basically an addition to the three components: reading, writing, arithmetics, and now it is digital literacy.
Yes.
So we are working on it, that UNESCO should rethink about it, and we are also suggesting to the UNESCO on different forums that education and literacy should be redefined, and including the concept of digital literacy in it. A person who can't use a calculator, a shopkeeper who was doing calculation manual, is not possible nowadays. He has to use the calculator. So this is a digital literacy. A person who is traveling within a city or outside the city, he use the Google map. So this is a literacy, and through it we can approach any place and reach any place as a destination without the guidance and asking from any person. So this is again a pattern of digital literacy. Even now in some areas the people communicate with the help of mobile. If a person don't know about the usage of a mobile apparatus, it is again difficult for him to communicate and to coordinate. So digital literacy means the using of gadgets, the using of apparatus, the using of digital devices for the purpose of communication, for purpose of their activities and dissemination of tasks of their work. And I went to a shop of a motor mechanic shop, workshop, for maintenance of my car. I needed a small equipment installed in the engine of my car. So the person was illiterate, but as he investigated that this part is required, he just searched on the Google, and he told me that this part is available on other side of the city, and he just do the marketing and just told me this is the price of this apparatus, and show me the picture of that apparatus, and then I allowed, and after 30 minutes we got that apparatus to be installed in my car. So a person who don't even know the reading, writing and arithmetics, but he can use the apparatus. So this is a digital literacy. The persons even who cannot write, they only speak on the Google Voice, and they send the voice message, and so they can communicate with each other. So literacy means making you align with the system of life, with your routines, and using all these apparatuses. So digital literacy, if we define digital literacy in this way, if we include the digital usage of the things in literacy, we have more than 60% than literate, because many people who don't have reading, writing, arithmetic skill, they can use the apparatus, and so they are much more in touch with them, because now this is a part of life.
Yes.
So this should be included in the digital literacy. In Pakistan, because we have 40% about illiterate persons, and they are actually working, they are not useless. They are working in the field of agriculture, they are working in the field of business, they are working as a unskilled labor. So with the help of this digital literacy, they can do and perform their office, their trade work very efficiently, and they can also learn the skills from it. And we have adopted the digital literacy in Pakistan for skill development as well, for the skill development of just for the work of plumbing, the work of you say that handicraft, the work of tailoring, and for girls their work of knitting, local embroidery, they are preparing the local embroidery, for the work of even beautician, they are getting the skills of these all skills to use them and generating the income by it.
Yes.
And so the digital literacy is very much important for the communities, and in Pakistan we are adopting it and using it, and it is very helpful. And through open distance learning, it is more easy that we can provide all these courses of skill based, income generating, and local based and vocational courses and technical courses, and the work of the daily routine work usage. So I think so digital literacy is also a new innovation and new dynamism, new dynamic technique in this modern era.
Wow.
And ODL is the best solution to adopt the digital literacy. Anything you can ask for this in the perspective of Indonesia, Mr. Tiki?
This morning we talked to Pak Teguh Prakoso in the community service.
Yes, community director, community service.
He has some programs in non-formal education for people in rural area, and one of the program is to increase the digital literacy of local farmer like that, so they can sell, they can market their product using some online marketing like that. So I think I agree with you, and this is one program that we can improve in the future through ODL. And community service.
It was a very wonderful meeting with the director community service. I am really impressed by the work done by that department, and you have a very short courses of 6 months, and they are some are the non-degree programs, non-degree certificates, but they are useful for the community service as well. And he told us that the university focus on 3 areas of that is academics, the research, and the community service. And basically higher education is for the community. If education is not beneficial for the community, that is not an education. What is benefit of that education? So the education, academia, and the community are the close stakeholder. So the academia should work for the community, and the community work should be presented to the academia. So there is a complete link and coordination is needed. So this is the sign of progress. If you reach to the community, your benefits should reach to the community. And so this is a very fantastic idea of the community service.
And this is actually very interesting talking about digital literacy, because I believe that our problem, this world problem now, is not only how digital literacy can reach people to get literate, but also we have some kind of homework on digital intelligence, because not everyone who literate on a digital one also literate on also how to be wise using this kind of digital device or something, because that's
many
our
examples,
problem.
many bad things, especially negative things. So we have to avoid it by being wise in using the digital content.
Yes, of course, and that is how
Yes,
academia.
I forget that one. Developing the digital content is the basically the main main dilemma this time. We have to gather the digital, because everything is available on the Google, but what is actual, which is focused, which is specific, which is relevant, we should search that one. We should collect, we should assemble, and should manage and to provide our clientele. So collecting the digital content and collecting, and sometime this content is also available OER, open education resources. But we must have some local experts of developing such content. So the area of this content development is very important. So we need experts in this area. We may collaborate with the University of Terbuka to share expertise of content development, because our most of faculty is very relevant and focus on the content development rather than teaching, because with some people can teach well, but some can write well, some can collect the things well. So content development and content selection is very important at this modern age.
Yes, of course, because smart is not enough. Only smart is not enough, but being wise is very important, right? Okay, so for the next one, I want to know about what the difference that you feel about Universitas Terbuka learning system as compared as AIOU, from your point of view.
Yes, this is a very important that to mention what I learned here. And in our university, on first day in the meeting, in the key meeting, I presented the profile of my university. We are also have 5 faculty in our university, 4 faculties in our university. We have the faculty of education. You have also the faculty of teacher training and education. Dr. Lind, Associate Dean, Dr. Lind.
Litvina.
I met with the faculty. Mr. Dodi is also there in teacher training program. So we have the similar like this. But I think the difference I found that you have a lot of faculty. I think more than 250 faculty members. I was just looking your profile. I think so 270 or 275 faculty members. But you are offering only programs up to bachelor and some in MS level. No PhD program in teacher training faculty. So I think so there was I was looking about 16 professors. So you should you can start a PhD program as well. It will help to produce the local PhDs. And we have the PhD program. One is this difference, and we can also support you in developing the courses, and we can also share our faculty members for this development of these programs. Another, we have the name of faculty departments such as the Department of Elementary Education, elementary and early childhood education, and Department of Science Education. But you have the Department of Physics Education, Department of Biological Education, Department of Chemistry Education. So this is this difference I found. And other you have a good Department of Civic Education. I really love it, and I will request to I requested Associate Dean to provide me the list of courses, so that we can say that civic education is very important. And we are lacking in it, that we don't have such dynamic courses as you have. If you provide me that, we can collaborate to get your expertise by making such courses. In the second day, I visited your multimedia department. It is really a wonderful department. Your studio is also here in that department. But I felt difficulty that all the programs are in Basa language.
Okay.
Is it so?
Yes, of course.
So I couldn't scroll the properly the programs, the timings, the schedules, whatever, because I am not well versed with the Basa language. So you can use the blockchaining and you can use the machine learning to convert the these all your system into English language as well, so that the foreigner when come they can easily access your system.
That's the point that we have to develop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you.
Another point I see the system of community services is very good. We don't have this one, not in a lot number. On the second day we went to for community service in a school, in a
Dharma Karya
school,
high school, yes.
And there I learned a lot that your professors were in elementary school classrooms. How wondering I was that university professors are sitting and working with the I saw Dicky walking with the students of elementary schools.
High school.
So it was a high school.
High school.
So it was a wonderful activity, and we should adopt it at Allama Iqbal Open University. That we have a program in our ORIC, Office of Research, Innovation and Commercialization, that university industry linkages. So university should be linked with the industry.
Yes.
So for education purpose, for teacher training program, the industry is the school, the colleges, elementary schools, the secondary schools. This is the industry for a teacher training institute. So you send your teacher to the schools, and like this we send also, but our professors mostly don't go. We send the student teacher who are enrolled in our teacher training program. They go for teaching practice. So you may ask it a community service, but I think I got this idea from you that we should adopt this procedure and go to the local community, to the grassroots level, to help the masses. We can go to the farms to help the farmers, to go to the market to help the shopkeepers. We can go to the mechanic workshops to help the auto mechanics, and we could go to the bus stops to help the drivers, and we can also help all the segments of the society can be touched by visiting them. So we should reach to them. Actually, one of the slogan of open distance learning is reach to the unreached. Reach to the unreached. And other is the people are very much curious, learning while learning, because they can't leave their spaces. Housewives can't leave their houses. Farmers can't leave their farms. Shopkeepers can't leave their shops. And the laborers cannot leave their work. So how they can be involved in the system of education? So this is the time that teachers and the professors from the universities, higher learning institutions should devise a mechanism that our faculty and our academia should be linked with the community for the better teaching learning process. I think so. It's enough.
Wow. It's actually heartwarming you see us like that. Is that so, Dr. Diki?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think we can collaborate more in the future between Universitas Terbuka and AIOU in many fields.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have many more. I have learned many more things, but I can't express right now because there is a issue of timings. But you have very good things. And the Visma 2, Visma 3, where I am staying, just a 4-star hotel you have in your campus. This is a good idea that we should also, we have the faculty hostels and residences for the students and the faculty, but we can make it more luxurious and to provide our guests on payment as well, so that this is an income generation. And I see your festival on the second day. When there, I met with the director, that all of the faculty members were involved in jogging and were in the celebrations in different dresses, and all were very happy and were involved. There were stalls of many things. So I also purchased many things by. So there was a medical camp office was there, and people were enjoying, and they came here. I think so tonight again some programs and celebrations there. So these extracurricular, I see in the evening your tennis match, your volleyball match. Girls are very much active and energetic, I see. So that girls, we should focus in Pakistan on girls education especially. I think so your progress is also in this, that you promoted the girls. They are involved in every field of life. They are driving the motorbikes.
Yes.
They are playing the volleyball, and they are interactive. So this is a good. I got this. We should adopt this in our country as well.
What about collaboration in developing and in using ChatGPT for education?
ChatGPT
between UT and AIOU.
ChatGPT
about how to use ChatGPT in education between us.
We should avoid it. Rather, we should avoid it, because the student mostly copy the things from the ChatGPT.
Yes, of course.
And they present to the teacher and present for the assignment submission, and so that it's good for learning. It's good for orientation. It's good for knowledge. It's good for awareness. But I think so we should put some restrictions on it in our countries, because when everything is available on ChatGPT, and the student their thinking process will, I think so, they maybe use that one, but we should make some bylaws.
Yes.
At our Higher Education Commission, we are also restricting something. We also placed an anti-plagiarism policy.
Yes.
So if a student if you give the assignment to the student, and student just copy from the ChatGPT and present to you, and what is the student role in it? So ChatGPT should be used. I am not forbidding the use of ChatGPT. It must be used, but its sensible use and its appropriate use should be made, and some I think so. I think so. Some bylaws should be prepared, and anti-plagiarism techniques and things should be placed, so that the people don't just only copy paste.
Yes.
They should learn and should work by their own as well. Conceptual learning should be there.
Yes, that is challenging, but still we have to overcome it.
This is the challenge.
Yes.
Okay. And several months ago, I talked to Bu Nurmawati, the Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology. She said that, Diki, this is the result of ChatGPT about biology. She is a botanist.
Yeah.
This is not correct. Yeah. I was surprised. How come AI is wrong? And
actually,
she explained that because she is botanist, this content about botany, about plant structure, leaf and something, this is not correct.
So that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
that's the role of teacher to
so
confirm.
even in the Googles, And in the chat GPT collect the information from the main repository. Everything which is going on, it collect. You give the word, you give any word of biological innovations. You write a sentence that what are the new biological innovations in the field of whatsoever. So touching those words, it will collect the data and give to you. So the role of teacher starts from here.
Yes.
Okay. So you can't undermine the role of teacher. It will remain always. So we can't only trust on the chat GPT or the robot at moment. Maybe in the later stage it will be more focused, more confined, more specific, and to the point, and corrected, and maybe vetted with some experts. So, but at moment the teacher role is to manage all these things as per requirement of the student and as per the requirement of the local environment. Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually the end of our conversation, and I see that we have things to fix. Well,
sure.
Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Ajmal, and also Dr. Diki, to our studio. And the last, I'm asking you to read this greeting. Hello, UT listeners. I'm Dr. Muhammad Ajmal from UT University. You can say that. Happy 39th birthday for Universitas Terbuka, and keep listening UT Radio, Open Education Station for All. Could you please? Because we are going to have our 39th anniversary.
Hello, greeting. Hello, UT listeners. I am Dr. Muhammad Ajmal from Allama Iqbal Open University, Pakistan. Happy 39th birthday for Universitas Terbuka, and keep listening UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Okay, could you please repeat once more?
Greeting. Hello, UT listeners. I am Dr. Muhammad Ajmal from Allama Iqbal Open University, Pakistan. Happy 39th birthday for Universitas Terbuka, and keep listening UT Radio, Open Education Station for All.
Thank you so much for reading that, and thank you for coming once again. Hope everything goes well as you wish, and enjoy every moment in here. Terima kasih juga Pak Diki sudah menemani kita pada sore hari ini. Baik, UT listeners dan juga pemirsa UT TV dimanapun Anda berada, itulah tadi bincang-bincang kita bersama Dr. Muhammad Ajmal dan juga Dr. Diki dari Universitas Terbuka. Saya mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Anda yang sudah hadir menyimak dan juga menyaksikan. Mohon maaf apabila ada hal-hal yang kurang berkenan. Saya Fatimah Eva, pamit undur diri. Sampai jumpa kembali dalam program-program UT Radio berikutnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.